again, this is the same picture we had before. So I'm familiar with the picture, the abscissas, time in hours, the ordinates kilometer, that's a distance. And then there's this graph of position, all right? They give me the graph, distance from the origin versus the time for a car trip. The graph, blah, 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 I read that, identify the correct thing. So I'm looking at it, and now I'm seeing an interval between 0.5 and 1. So I want to point out what I mean by that. I'm actually seeing this region of the curve over here, between 0.5 and 1. So they're asking about velocity. And what's velocity going to be? And this is going to be s, which is distance, and this is time over here. Velocity is actually ds dt, so it's just slope of the tangent line. So if I were looking at this interval over here, slopes of the tangent line, they're all positive, by the way. However, I'm looking at it, the slopes, they start out pretty steep, and then they get less steep and go towards 0. So it definitely is slowing down there, all right? So again, the velocity starts out pretty heavy, then it starts to slow down. So I'm going to say this one is not correct. The velocity is not increasing. But this one appears to be correct. The velocity is increasing. What do I mean? I'm sorry, decreasing. What do I mean by that? The slopes of the tangent lines are getting smaller and smaller. They're starting out pretty heavily positive, and then they're getting smaller and smaller over that interval. Velocity is negative. That's not true. The velocities are all positive. They're all positive slopes. Over here, velocity is constant. That's not true. A constant velocity would have a slope of 0, and that's not true there. The car is stopped. The car is not stopped. All right, it has a positive velocity. So over here, I'm going to say that's the only legitimate answer that I can say. Let's take a look at the K. What does it say? The velocity is decreasing. We're good to go to the next question. Thank you.